What is up, my friends? Welcome back for another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Today we're going to be hopping into a more fun topic. We are off of Galactic Legends today. Don't want to talk about them that much at all. But we're going to want to hop in and look at the top 5 characters that we think we might see in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes this year based on the content that we're getting from Star Wars as a whole this year. So things like Mandalorian Season 2, we've got Clone Wars action going on right now, so we've got some opportunities for some new characters in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So let's hop into the very first one, Mopped Gideon. I think this will be a great dark side character. We have another bearer of the dark saber in the game. I think you could do some really cool stuff with him, and then really just kind of figuring out where he might fit in as a character. Like, he might be a really cool plug-and-play character that you could throw in like a plug-and-play leader, because I don't know if there's enough stuff based off of that show as far as adding a full dark side team in, but you know, you could have a dark side plug-and-play leader, which would be really cool to add into the game. So number 4, the Bad Batch. I know this is kind of a cop-out because it's a lot of characters, but these 4, and then I think if you throw in the new Echo, you could have a complete team of 5 that could fit into the game perfectly. So you're looking at a really, really fun synergy team. I think that, you know, we've got a bunch of clones in the game, but who doesn't want more clones? These characters have been very well received. You've got some people who could throw in, obviously, be your damage dealers. You've got Wrecker, who could be a really good tank. You've got your leader involved there. You've got somebody like the new Echo, who could be a really cool support character, like maybe throwing out some sort of like information into the team to kind of give them an advantage and that kind of thing. That would be really cool to see that team brought into Galaxy of Heroes. If you haven't watched the new Clone Wars seasons yet, hop in and do it. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're not gonna be disappointed. It is a lot of fun, and these guys have brought a lot of action to the new season of the Clone Wars. All right, couldn't have a list without Mando and Baby Yoda on here. This could be a really cool character, and I think if you put these two together and have him be like almost kind of like a brute from the GBA, like calling in Baby Yoda, and then maybe have a Zeta be that, where Baby Yoda's already in play, and then have Baby Yoda act as like the turret from ARC Trooper, and then just kind of feed out heals to the team, feel about like advantages and strength, you know, maybe doing some force pushes, that sort of thing. Like, I think this could be a really cool character with a cool kit. If they don't put in a full Mandalorian team, you know, he's a bounty hunter, so there's a lot of different areas that he could go into bounty hunter teams. So he'd be really, really fun to see. I think you could do a lot with Baby Yoda in there too, as like a called unit, or like that ARC Trooper type of ARC gun unit where it's just supporting the team. I think could be a lot of fun. So please bring this into the game, CG. I don't think that you could go wrong. Like, everybody will be going after Baby Yoda for sure. All right. Number 2, my personal favorite character, tied with General Kenobi in all of Star Wars, Ahsoka Tano. I'm so excited to see her in the new season of Clone Wars. It's been really good so far. Like I said, definitely check it out. But her new version, especially with the Siege of Mandalore, you could throw her in, and then even might have a chance, I didn't add this character in, but with the Siege of Mandalore, you might could put her in and then have a new version of Darth Maul on the other side, which would be really, really cool to have them facing off. And then with her, the only concerns I have with her is if they would give her the Jedi tag, which is something that I think she would desperately need. We don't want another Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum who doesn't really have a home to go into. At least give her a Galactic Republic tag and a 501st tag, since she's going to be leading the 501st in the Siege of Mandalore. So if you take the Jedi tag off, at least leave those 2 on there. That way she could go into a Padme team. But who doesn't love Snips? And this is Snips kind of grown up even more right in between when she hits that Fulcrum area in the Rebels. So I really, really hope they add this character in the team. The artwork is amazing for her, and I think you could have a lot of fun adding her into a Galactic Republic team, or maybe another leader for the 501st team to kind of bring some more synergy to that. As well, and then maybe some new versions of the 501st who are going into the Siege of Mandalore. Like, I know that I've got clones heavy on this, but that's the content that we've got going on this year. So I think that, you know, if they're going off of what's going on in Star Wars right now, you've got two great shows going on Star Wars Plus, and that's Clone Wars and The Mandalorian. We don't have any movies coming out this year, so I think if they are pulling off of what we've got currently going, these are the routes that they're going to go. All right, number one, and I will preface this by saying I think that there's two routes that they could go with this. And for number one, I am going after who I think will be the next set of Galactic Legends. And since I've already said it looks like it's going to be from the Clone Wars era, based off of what they've got going on right now, I think it's going to be Master Kenobi and Fallen Anakin. Now, I could definitely be wrong with that, because I know there's a lot of speculation out there about a Death Star raid or a ship's raid in general, but there's also ships battles in the original trilogy as well. So if they wanted to go all Clone Wars route and just kind of have that as the theme of the year, then this would be the way that they would go. And I also think that they're going to save that Galactic Legends Luke and probably a new version of Vader to be like the later on Galactic Legend version, because obviously the original trilogy is the most popular out of all the movies, and they probably want to hit that last when they're going through the trilogies as far as getting Galactic Legend characters out of there. But I grew up as a prequel kid, so I would be super psyched to have a Master Kenobi and Fallen Anakin in this game. If they drop this, where I was not very interested in going after Rey and Kylo, because just as a Star Wars fan, I wasn't as into those movies as I was the prequels and the original trilogy. This two right here, I would go after throwing everything I've got at them to get them as fast as possible, because Master Kenobi, my favorite character of all time, right there with Ahsoka Tano, and then Fallen Anakin, or Anakin in general, is just right there with those three as well. I love them in the movies. I love them even more in the Clone Wars. The way that they developed those characters there, I think, has really made them endearing to me. And then just telling a bigger story than they've told in any other characters in all of Star Wars. So I hope this is the route that they go. Let me know what you guys think, though. Is this what you're wanting to see this year? I'm hoping with the content, these are some of the characters that we see, and I really hope that we see more than what's on this list. I just did a top 5 just because that's a little easier to do than trying to dive in and get every character from The Mandalorian and all that kind of stuff. But let me know what you think. Is this who you want to see? Do you want to see Galactic Legends Luke and Vader first? What are your predictions for this year? I hope this was a fun video. I hope that the community, after all this with the Galactic Legends, can just start having fun again. So let's have fun with this video, have fun with this conversation. I will see you guys in the next video. And then also want to announce, since you made it all the way to the end, I did just start up a Patreon page, going to be doing some benefits for you guys who want to support the channel, some direct communication with a private Discord server, getting ideas from you guys who really what you want to see in the videos and content going forward. And then also all those funds are just going to go in to making the channel better. There's a lot of things that I still want to buy for my setup here in the studio that will make the content much better for you guys. So like I said, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.